Hi, we're Paula and Jeff with Exploring the Emerald Coast. And on today's episode, we wanted to take you to one of our fun spots. And it's a very popular spot called Crab Island.
So if you have not been to Destin, Florida, it's definitely an experience. And we're blessed to live just up the road from Destin, Florida.
Yes.
So I want to talk a little bit about Crab Island.
Welcome to Exploring the Emerald Coast, your ultimate guide to living the Emerald Coast lifestyle.
We're Jeff and Paula Snow, local realtors with a passion for everything that makes this coastal paradise special.
From hidden gems and stunning beaches to the best dining spots, we'll give you an inside look at what life is like on the Emerald Coast.
So whether you're a local, a visitor, or dreaming of making this your home, join us as we explore the beauty and charm of the Emerald Coast.
Special thanks to our sponsor, John Scapin with Primary Residential Mortgage. If you're ready to buy or sell your home, let John and our team guide you through every step. With our expertise, we'll make sure your real estate journey is smooth and successful. So my nephews came to visit from Toronto, Canada, and I'd never taken them there. Jeff was busy that weekend, so he wasn't able to join us, but we had so much fun. And so there's two ways that you can do, there's a couple ways to do Crab Island. We went out with Happy Water Sports where they take out, they were amazing. They were wonderful. They were a lot of fun. And you basically buy a ticket. It's a per person cost. I think we paid it was $45 or $50 per person. And they take out a large group of people and then they anchor out on Crab Island. It was a 3-hour tour, which in my mind was perfect. Like 3 hours was just enough. It wasn't too long. And so they anchored out. There was probably, I think, about 40 people on our tour. And then they had floatables there that they tied to the boat. So we were able to lay on the floatables. It was a lot of fun. I loved it. And we had this really great group on our boat from Atlanta. So when I came home, I was telling Jeff, I was like, we met the funnest people on the boat. We might include a snippet of some of what they did on the boat, but I'm going to go ahead and let you know it's probably a little rated R. So maybe don't have the kids watch it, but they were a lot of fun. This group was down from Atlanta celebrating, I think, 3 ladies' birthdays, and it was several couples. And they were after we got off the boat, they were inviting my daughter, Gabby, she's 18. They were inviting us up to their party. So, but anyways, we kindly declined, even though Gabby was very tempted to want to go.
Yeah, most 19-year-olds are.
Yeah. So anyways, a lot of fun. So
let me interrupt you.
Sure.
Because some people don't have a visual of Destin, Florida.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
There's a beautiful bridge, right? Basically following the beach line.
Yeah.
And when you go over that bridge, when you look to the north of the bridge, there's basically an underwater island.
This is Louis, you guys. He likes to always be up close and personal.
Yeah. He's probably more famous than us. So basically, depending on the tide, it can be waist deep or up to your chest deep. And most of the time it's calm, but every once in a while, like y'all found out that day, it was a little, the current was moving around. But generally it's very relaxed, easy going. So just imagine an underwater island, and all of these boats, when you look out, are all over that area. And people get out there from boats to jet skis to well, some shouldn't swim, but I've seen it happen.
Well, and I'm glad you said that, because this was on the Saturday right after a storm had just gone through. And so the other times when I've been there, it has always been like waist high, where it's easy. You can stand by your boat and float. But this time the current was super strong. And so because we had taken my parents with me, and my mom's like, what, 81? 81. And my mom is short, you guys. Like, I'm short. I'm 5'3.5". My mom is like 4'9".
On
Is
a
she
good
4'9"?
day. On a good day.
On a good day? Yeah, my mom's really short. So I mean, like when we put her in the water, she could touch the bottom, but because of the current, it was a little tough. And so finally, probably after an hour and a half, my mom decided she was happy to just stay on the boat and watch. So, but otherwise it is normally, and they said it was because that storm had come through.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, okay. So in terms of location, the parking, I do want to mention this because going there, I was a little bit nervous when they said Destin Harbor, they said is where it goes out of. So I was thinking like, parking is going to be a pain, but Happy Water Sports has their own parking location. So parking was very easy. Finding it was very easy. And so let's talk about things to bring. So
sunscreen.
Yes, definite sunscreen, a hat.
Yeah, I like a hat.
He never wears a hat, but he should wear a hat. That's why when
I don't look good with hats on. It just doesn't work.
But I worry about like him getting sunburned. So that's my pressure for the hat. Take a cooler of, whatever you want to snack on, eat that day. So like we took sandwiches, fruit, chips, that sort of thing. Make sure you take plenty of water out there.
Hydration is the most important.
Yeah, hydration is important. There are cool vendors that ride around in their little dinky boats selling
ice cream.
Yeah, we bought. It was expensive though. Like Gabby and
Not if I use your money.
No, I took your debit card that day. So Gabby and I got an ice cream sandwich, and how much would you expect to pay for an ice cream sandwich? Like normally. Normally, if you go to the convenience store,
$2.79.
$2.79. Okay, well,
not that I would know by any reason. I think it's up with inflation, $3.79. But yeah.
No way. I would say at the convenience store, it's probably like $2. Anyways, each ice cream sandwich was $6. So 2 ice cream sandwiches, $12, and then I tipped the guy $3, so $15. Like, you got to know, I'm very frugal. Like, I do not like to waste money. And so $15 was like a little bit of a pinch.
It's called the price of vacation.
Yeah, but I figured like we were out there. It was a lot of fun. So we did that. Now, my nephews, I will say there's different vendors parked there as well that sell like T-shirts, floaties. Bring some floaties if you want floaties. But my nephews went walking because they wanted to get a beer. Well, they quickly found out, or maybe not so quickly because walking back through the current was really hard. They found out that there's no alcohol sales there. So I didn't take them any beer. I mean, we're not really drinkers. So anyways, they didn't have any drinks. But these cool people from Atlanta were so nice. And I offered one of the guys, I said, hey, could I just buy a couple of beers from you? He was so nice. He was like, no. He said, we don't party like that. And he took me over to his cooler and he said, you take whatever you want.
That's Southern hospitality.
Yes, they were so nice. If these people are ever watching this video, please reach out. You guys were so fun. Would love to connect again with you guys. But anyways, they gave me 2 beers for my nephews. So the boys were like super happy. And we had a great time.
If you want to bring your own beverage, just bring it. No glass. No glass.
Yeah,
that's
no glass.
a big deal. Those things get broken and cause all kind of problems for people. So.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk about the flip side of going out on a tour boat versus renting a boat, which we've done in the past. We've rented a pontoon boat.
Yeah. You can rent pontoons here also. Just have your own section. I mean, either one works. So not everyone. It's a lot cheaper to go out on a party boat, probably.
I would say depending on how many people. Because we paid, I'm just going to say 50, but I think it was $46 per person. Yeah. And then, of course, we tipped 20% when we got off the boat. So make sure you bring some cash money for tipping. Also want to say for the different vendors out there, they take cash or Venmo. So they don't take a debit card. So yeah, so make sure you have cash with you. Cash would probably be the easiest thing. So if you were renting, depending on how many people, if you're renting a boat, well, it might make sense.
I would just say call different places and check, and you can you'll know, it's going to depend on your party and what works best for you. But nothing like having your own pontoon boat sitting there. We take our jet ski. So it works out well that way. So you're going to have fun no matter what. It just depends what the costs are.
And then I would say one of the benefits to the pontoon boat is that when you're renting it, you have it for the whole day. So we got there, I think, super early. Like they wanted us there at 8. And so we were probably out on the water by 8:45 after we loaded and everything. And so you have it all day. So if you do want to stay out there longer, then the pontoon boat might be the way to go, because then you're not on, a quick timeline.
I think the time you want to spend there is definitely going to what you have to.
So I would say, maybe for the first time, like it's so new and cool. I think the pontoon boat would be cool. But like now that I've done it several times, to be honest, like 3 hours is plenty for me. 3 hours, I've been in the sun, I'm ready to go back. Just a personal preference, but I'm just saying.
I don't like being on a time schedule.
So it just depends. So next time I'll be on the party boat, he'll be renting the pontoon boat.
No, I'll be on my jet ski.
Okay, there you go. There you go. So yeah, it was a great experience. Highly recommend it. There were lots of kids out there. And so it is like family friendly, but at the same time, we do want to let you know that I'd say there's a lot of people drinking.
I mean, it's usually pretty good, but like anywhere, someone could be drinking too much. But one thing about a boat, you can always move. You
can move. And so
not generally an issue, but anything can always happen.
There's lots of, bring your speaker for music, but even though we brought our speaker, our boat pulled out their huge JBL and they had music playing. And then there was a boat over next to us. They must have had like some crazy mammoth speakers, because it was like a concert over there at their boat.
Depending what time of year you come, like summer, 4th of July, it's so packed. There's so much music. You can.
Well, and 4th of July, let's talk about that. 4th of July would probably be a very crazy weekend to be out there.
More adult.
And
unless you're on the outer edges, just stay on the outer edges.
But I would say if you're new to this and you are coming 4th of July, then the group boat might be easier, so that you don't have to worry about the amount of boats, the amount of people. So I think a group boat, if it's a major holiday, might be easier.
I'll agree with that.
So, we had an amazing time. We had lots of fun.
Without me, of course.
And then, and my sister, who has come down to visit, Louis, as you could tell, is very clingy, and he likes to be right up in our face, where he can give kids. Louis, say hi to the viewers. We're like, hello, I'm Louis. Okay, so my sister has come down like a bazillion times with my brother-in-law, Franklin. And they saw the videos from Crab Island. So I immediately got a phone call and she was like, what is this place? She's like, how come you've never taken us there? So Jeff had a good answer. He told them that we can only take them to one cool spot per visit so that they'll want to keep visiting, which I thought was brilliant. And so did Frank. So
and there's so much to do. We just did a party fishing boat. Which is very inexpensive. I think for $105, we went out on 6 hours. It's a fishing boat with probably 30 to 60 people on it. They got deckhands. They'll bait your fish. You'll catch a lot of mingo snappers, grouper. I saw kingfish being caught. It's just amazing. And that's the Destin Princess out of Destin, Florida. You can look them up on Facebook. Been out many of times with those
Mm-hmm.
guys, and they charge you a small fee to clean your fish. And it's just an inexpensive way to get out, go have a good time for 6 hours. And the employees on the boat, the deckhands, they really are there to help you, and they really do a great job.
Yeah.
So
And now that was a 6 hour. Maybe at some point we'll do a video on that.
Yeah.
Maybe next summer we
Yeah.
could go out on that.
And there's large charters out there, and I know many. If you ever want to reach out to us, I know some great boat captains down there. Overnight tuna trips, amberjack. Don't feel like you're holding on to a dump truck on the other side of the reel. So so a lot of fun, a lot of options there.
And the party boat does include the boat license, which is good for people to know.
You just jump on, bring your stuff. Bring
you literally
your sunscreen,
just show up and go fish.
and water.
Yeah.
So you do that. One great thing about Destin, if you have not been here, the inlet to the Gulf is really less than a half mile. It's probably the shortest route to the Gulf in the state of Florida, I believe. Don't hold me to that, but it's literally 5 minutes and you're in the Gulf. And fishing takes you about an hour to get out to where they start you, usually hour and a half, and you fish for about 3.5, 4 hours, and what'd
you guys catch?
This time mingo snappers, which were good. Caught some triggerfish, lots of triggerfish on this past trip, which are excellent eating. So I saw some kingfish being caught also. But
what did my nephew catch that stuck to
Amori, it's the fish you always see stuck to the large whales and sharks and stuff.
Yeah. So, and then
Amori, something like that.
Now on that fishing trip, you guys didn't catch like a ton of stuff.
Not a ton. No.
But on the previous one where you went out with Kai and Corey, did you guys catch different fish on that trip?
Yeah, we caught some rainbow runners, and a lot of mingo snapper is going to be your main thing. Red snapper we've caught on both trips also. Sometimes they're in season, sometimes you get to keep the fish, sometimes you throw them back. But the real fun part is catching fish. We didn't get to keep a lot of fish because the triggerfish aren't in season right now. But we caught a bunch of them. So, and your dad right off the bat, he's 85 years old. Went out, and he always hates it when he doesn't catch anything. So right off the bat, he caught 2 nice triggerfish.
I'm sure he was so glad because, like, I don't know if it was 2 years ago, we took him out on a deep sea fishing charter for Father's Day. I mean, so it was really for Jeff and for my dad. And my dad was like the only one that didn't catch anything.
Not a good day.
And he was so frustrated. Like for me, I dropped my line in. And within like 2 minutes, I caught my first snapper. And then I kept like pulling them out. And I probably
beginner luck.
Yeah, it was beginner luck. And meanwhile, my poor dad couldn't catch anything. And he was so frustrated. He was like, "What's wrong with me? Why can't I catch anything?"
He caught more than anybody.
So I feel like this time he made up for it, and he was happy.
It was a good time.
So anyways, we've enjoyed sharing with you about fun things to do like Crab Island, the deep sea fishing. And anything else you want to share?
If you catch your own fish, there's certain restaurants you can look it up that will cook your catch for you.
That's cool.
So there's so many beautiful places to go in Destin, and that's another video or two to go over. But look it up, and you can always contact us if you have any questions too.
And if there's something that you would be interested in having us do a video on, I always like a little input. So feel free to put something down in the comments on what you think we should go do our next video on. But that's it for today. So we just want to say thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Exploring the Emerald Coast.
Until next time, keep exploring.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Exploring the Emerald Coast.
We hope you enjoyed discovering more about the incredible lifestyle here on the Emerald Coast.
Remember, if you're looking to make this paradise your home, reach out to us. We're here to help.
And a big thank you to our sponsor, John Scapin with Primary Residential Mortgage, for supporting the show.
Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share with your friends. Until next time, keep exploring.